Notice our highest outbound velocities in red next to the highest inbound velocities in blue. It's called a couplet, a velocity couplet. And it's about 100 knot gate-to-gate shear right there, as it's on the ground, F2. There it is, 3D tornado, up to about, looks like about 15,000 feet. We get our funnel. There it is. And remember, the Charleston radar is shooting what, about 7,000 feet here now? Where's my Charleston buddy? About 7,000 by the time it gets to Athens? 6,500?
6,000 something.
6? Okay.
Probably
So we got a nice strong rotation between 6,000 and 7,000 feet. That's the bottom of our radar scan, and there's definitely a problem there. We're up to about 15,000 feet. Now, where's the tornado? Again, it's kind of hard to see. It's right here right now, headed down toward the plains. It's rain wrapped, moving southeast right there. And again, nice couplet with gate-to-gate shear, your strongest outbounds next to your strongest inbounds. It's couplet, velocity couplet, 90 knot gate-to-gate shear. There's the tornado on the 3D scan, that same image on our 3D. Notice we've lost some of our height here in our funnel. It still looks like there's something there. This is about when the thing's ready to RFD out. Gust out if you're a storm chaser. They call it gusting out when the rear flank downdraft comes down and blasts through and basically washes out your tornadic circulation. Gusting out. Storm is now rear flank downdraft dominant. It's basically a gust of straight line winds now coming in around where the funnel once was. But it's hard to tell through there. Again, this is when it's RFD, and this doesn't look much different than the last 3D image we had of it when it was tornadic. All right? So we're going to go to the next frame, and here's the clue that it's RFD dominant. Where's our highest outbound velocities versus our highest inbound velocities? Well, they spread out. This is mesoed out, as we call it. It's now a mesocyclone. There's no tight couplet. Here's your highest outbounds, and here's your highest inbounds, separated by a lot of weaker stuff. And here is 80 knots of wind blowing toward the radar. And that's exactly where the damage path was. So now, you know, we got a great idea as this was happening that it was RFD dominant now, not tornadic. Am I right, guys? You there? You with me? A little? Yeah. You know, here we go. There's another, storm chasers argue with college professors about shelf clouds being able to produce tornadoes. And the college professors say, physically impossible. Well, I had a guy send me a photo. Have you been flashing times? Have you? Yeah. Sorry, missed one. Okay. Here's your shelf cloud. A viewer of mine, right off the shore of Cleveland, just sent, here's the shelf cloud. We've got a strong mesocyclone back here coming in, a severe thunderstorm warning out for our viewing area. And here's proof that shelf clouds produce circulations. Right there. So the college profs deny it, the storm chasers insist that they've seen it, and now you've seen it. These are not strong tornadoes. In fact, you could characterize them as gustnadoes if you want. But still, there is circulation that can be produced on the shelf cloud, the front edge. Now, back on December 31st, we had something interesting happen. We had birds falling from the sky in Beebe, Arkansas. Remember that? The world's coming to an end, Armageddon. I thought I'd throw this in. Little Rock, Arkansas documented the event. Something spooked about 1.5 million birds that normally roost in this area of Arkansas every winter, and the radar captured the birds taking off. There it is. Those are the birds. 1.5 million, only 1.4 million made it. Now here's the fun thing, and I've been talking to a guy from National Geographic for the last month and a half because he's doing a documentary on all the bird and animal deaths this past winter. And we've been talking about this unusual signature here. Here are the birds. This is spectrum width. It's not rotation necessarily, it's just turbulence basically, okay? Here's the birds, and then something interesting up here. No one can tell us what that is. Now birds don't fly to 10 or 12,000 feet. But something was happening here that spooked the birds and caused them to fly into each other and into buildings and kill themselves. We don't know what that is. There you go. Okay. I have 3 minutes left.
Little taste of coast to coast.
We'll do a question.
Any questions? Any questions? Yes.
The radar images you were saying, guess where the tornado is? There's a little diamond just to the right of it multiple times. What was the diamond?
That's hail.
Okay.
That's how the GR shows you hail. If you move your cursor over it, it'll give you a projected hail size,
Thank you.
which is normally about half by the time it reaches the ground. You can count on normally about half that size. So, yes, Charleston, no criticisms.
Mansfield, was that the tornado epicenter for you guys last year? It seems like every time on the radar, Mansfield has a tornado warning.
Here's the fun part. Is last year, tornado season started late. We had a very cold Gulf of Mexico. Storm track was well off into the plains. So we had a very late start to severe weather season. But it started with a bang first week of June with the Millbury, Ohio tornado, the F4, that killed 7 people. Second deadliest tornado of the season last year. Millbury, Ohio is the county right outside our viewing area. The tornado actually moved into our viewing area about 12 miles and did F3 damage. So we had an F3 in our viewing area, right on the edge. In the next 3 months, we had another 15 tornadoes. All of them perfectly on the boundary of our viewing area. Either right along the lakeshore in the farthest northeast corner you can get, Conneaut, an F1, or Andover, Pymatuning Reservoir, right on the Ohio-PA line, or Dover, New Philly, had one last summer.
So the
Sugar Creek.
atmospheric picture was hitting all the corners.
We have a bubble of protection over
Yes.
Greater Cleveland and our northern Ohio viewing area. What was that?
Up there by Ottawa County, didn't they have one last year?
Yeah, that was the Millbury tornado moved into Ottawa County. We had Mansfield had a couple, Ashland County had a couple. I mean, all around. So, yes,
How do you guys handle tornado
sir.
warnings?
Please sit down.
I have to do it for Rob as much as you do, so I'm used to it.
Oh, yeah, go
I was
ahead.
saying, how do you guys usually handle tornado warnings that are on the far fringes of your viewing area, you know, or maybe it's like 1 or 2% of your viewers or something like that? If you have a confirmed tornado on the ground, like, are you cutting in and doing?
What I do is I have a primary counting warning area and a secondary. Okay, the outer fringes counties of our viewing area are the secondary. We'll go on and break in, and then we'll send them to the web. We have a live storm chat page that we stay on continually. It's a chat page where I interact. It's got audio and live video from the weather office, and it's got a chat tango image right next to the radar. So people can communicate with me as I'm talking back to them, and I can switch back and forth from radars, GR2. I can even put Skype in that little video window if I want to. So it's real interactive, so that's what we do. All right, this big guy is going to throw me out. Thanks, everybody.